Thank you so much, Faith. Yes, enemy or your best friend. Remember, he said something there that struck me. Say your enemy can actually be your best friend. We hope you got you dancing with that musical video. Now we have a human resource manager in the house, and this time she wants to talk to us about creating a thriving work environment. Okay, please join me as I welcome Dr. Charity Azuna Akpambo. This is the way you're just
Good
smiling.
I was waiting for you to pronounce
To
my
pronounce the name Akpambo, I
well.
got it now. I'm a true daughter of my mother now.
Yeah,
Abba.
you are.
Thank you so much for joining us. Meanwhile, you're looking gorgeous.
Thank
Wow,
you.
you are really,
Same as you.
thank you. As a human resource person,
Yeah.
okay, in the workplace, so you're really looking like one. When they say, have you seen the human resource manager? You know how they look like. So this is exactly
Leadership by example.
the leadership by example.
Yeah.
So we're looking at creating a thriving work environment. For you, what's that?
Okay. Creating a thriving work environment for every organization, you need to take note of the staff environment.
Okay.
You need to take note of this engagement. How well do you engage your staff? You need to take care of productivity, job satisfaction, and everything that has to do with
mental well-being.
Yeah, mental well-being, and then the flexible work environment as well.
Okay.
So how does your staff engage in their workplace?
Okay.
Are they okay? Is it suitable? Is it convenient? Are they enjoying their job? Those are the things you put into consideration when you want to strive in an organization. Okay. So your staff satisfaction is paramount. Okay. And then how you engage your staff is also there. It's quite broad because you have to look at both the leadership style and the performance of the staff. How does all this add to productivity of the company?
Okay, so let's look at the importance. Okay. When this is done, what, from your own point of view, what do you think, or what are the importance of making sure that we have a thriving work environment?
It's very, very important because if you engage your staff very well, or the environment is okay for your staff to strive, then there will be increase in productivity. Okay, you'll be able to foster team spirit among your staff. They'll be able to work in a better condition. They'll be able to communicate effectively, and then you'll be able to also get feedback. Because when there's tension and anxiety in the workplace, your staff will not be able to communicate, and it also affects productivity at the end of the day. So there's a lot of benefit that you balance the work environment for your staff to actually do better or do very well in their job.
Okay, so let's begin to look at those things that you feel should be put in place by the employers, or in an organization to enable the employees have that good work environment.
To enable the employees engage properly in their work, you need to ensure that your employees are recognized when they perform well, no matter at least in every milestone that they make in the course of their job or their career. You ensure that you celebrate them, ensure that they are rewarded. Okay. So by so doing, you're encouraging them and encouraging others to strive to do as well as they are doing. You also ensure that the leadership in the organization is properly managed. Okay. The managers are able to relate properly with the staff, and then the conflict is reduced. Okay. You also talk about mental health of your staff. How are they? Are they focused? Are they stressed? The work-life balance. Is the work environment flexible enough for them to strive? So those are the things, those are the benefits. When you look at all of these things and you ensure that for every step it's working well, then your employers will be at the peak of their career. You also ensure that you bring in training. When you train your staffs at their strengths, and also give them training to boost their weaknesses, you see they do better. So you just don't concentrate on the strength of your staff, because every staff have their abilities, and their weaknesses as well. Okay. So you bring in equity, you look at the company's culture. Is the culture in such a way that it's avoid bias.
Okay.
So when there's bias in an office, some staffs already feel cheated and not carried along. The bias can be in different forms. It might be cultural, language, tribe, or regional. So
Yes.
ensure that all those things are eliminated from your work process, so that your staffs, your employers will feel free to work in that office, and also feel happy when working for the organization.
Okay, let's look at conflicts. How to handle conflicts in an organization like that.
Yeah. Conflict resolution is actually, dicey in an organization, and it's something that we have to treat with caution. When you talk about conflicts, it can be dispute between a senior manager and a junior manager. It can be a dispute or disagreement between the employers at the same level and all that. It might be a personal or an individual thing or a group dispute. But the way you manage that conflict is very, very important. One, for the senior managers, you have to be calm and objective, because one, you know that you're already a boss, and whoever is you're having an issue with is already scared. You don't want to disrespect your boss by talking to him in a manner that he doesn't approve of and all of that. So he should be able to also be calm, manage the situation very well. He should be able to give that flow of communication, allow the person or the two parties in that conflict to express themselves without any form of what's it called? To express themselves freely. Let me put it that way. Okay. Without being favoring one party and then looking down on the other party. So you ensure that everybody have that free opportunity to express themselves, to communicate, and then in disputes too, or conflict resolution, you ensure that you ensure that everybody speaks, and outside that, you also bring in the two parties, bring them close to you. Try to understand the root of the problem. If you don't understand the root of the problem, you'll not be able to prefer a solution that will go well with the both parties. You look at the common interest, because it might just be a disagreement, but we are all aiming at the same goal. We're in the same office, we've been given an assignment, but how do we now achieve that assignment? I have my own opinions, you have your own opinions that does not agree with each other. So in resolving conflicts, you look for a common ground, a common interest, and then try to settle them based on that common interest. Okay,
let's look at mental health. We know the mental health of the employees is very, very important for you to have for there to be productivity, So let's talk about mental health as a roundup.
Mental health is very, very crucial, because someone who is not sound, will not be able to put in their best in their job. So our mental health can come from the stress, it can come from depression, it can come from the job, it can come from the home.
It can come from financial.
Yes, it can be financial, it can be personal, it can be family, from the family stress and all of that. So you need to be able to balance that. And to do that, you talk about emotions and empathy. So you bring in emotions, like for the managers now, they have to go for trainings on emotional intelligence. For them to fill in the shoes of some of their staff. You need to be able to understand your staff and carry them along. You need to be able to know that this person is not performing at her best, and there might be a reason behind it. Instead of capitalizing that they are not performing well and then giving them query. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because the reason might be because he's facing something that's probably bigger than him or her. So you try to find out what's the cause of this issue. So counseling is always advised, and then being accessible. If the managers or the HR team are accessible, employees can actually walk up to them and share whatever their problems are with them. And they should also give them rooms, employee assistant programs, like wellness programs, some of those things that can ease off tension and create a community, a family in the office. When once in a while you organize like a picnic for your staff, once in a while you organize like an exercise for your staff where everybody comes together. So you bond, you create that community and family kind of setting, and then you see that the communication in the office it becomes better.
Okay.
Because when you're now in the same playing ground with your boss, there are some things that you can feel free in that informal setting to speak to him about than talking to him about it in the office.
In fact, I think this topic is something that a lot of people, especially workers, and everybody wants to listen to, both the employers and the employees. Yes, and our mental health. I like that part. The mental health of the employee is very important, because if you don't check that, you won't get the end result of what you want from them. So thank you so much. We'll be speaking with Dr. Charity Azumna Bangbo. She is a human resource manager. You've heard all she said, okay? It shows that she's used to the work environment, and she's saying to us the things that will make us to have the results that we want in our workplace. Thank you so much. Yes, please don't go anywhere. The program continues after this break.